Ladies and gentlemen, my name is John Aaron, and I have an unfortunate statement to make. I had a simple goal today. I was tasked against my better judgment, against my will, to do something that I would never do ordinarily in my boring and routine life. And what I was supposed to do today was to finally give in and order one of those bubble teas with tapioca bubbles, and I don't even know what else. It has weird flavors, it has some strange weird teas, and it's all dipped in milk for some reason, which I don't understand at all, but that was my goal, because it's Peach's birthday and I had a simple job. I was supposed to order one, I was supposed to taste one, and I was supposed to share my findings or my untimely death and the coroner's report, because I can only imagine that my body would react violently, to say the least, to such a disgusting drink. And I took it seriously. I looked around all over Prague, I saw various shops. All of them looked shady, all of them looked like I don't belong there, to say the least. I would feel extremely strange holding a drink in my hand and just ordering it and not really knowing what I'm doing. And that's basically what happened. I tried several times. I looked. I studied the menus and the outside offerings from distance, safe distance, without being noticed. I even took a picture with my phone and then studied it in the safety of my office while I was working. But none of them really convinced me to pull the plug, to say the least. So I had two options that I thought would be the best possible ones for me and my crippling social anxiety when it comes to buying bubble tea. I wanted to visit my mall that is nearby. It's not mall, I don't own it. What do I do with a mall? I wanted to visit a mall that is nearby, that I'm comfortable with, that I usually visit, frequently visit, but there is this little kiosk, that is like in the middle of everything, and it's nice and clean. And I figured maybe if there's like a line, and like a bunch of people are ordering, maybe I'll just kind of, get lost in the crowd, and I'll have time to study, and maybe I'll be like, hey, what you ordering? Can I get inspired? But unfortunately, there was no one there, and I did look around. I snuck in. I don't know what the correct form of that verb is, but. I did manage to study the menu for a bit, but let me tell you, I stood there for about 10 minutes, and I just could not figure out what the hell am I supposed to do. I took a picture of it, I'll show you here in the post-production, but it was... I usually don't really do well when it comes to making simple decisions where none of them is really incorrect or wrong. I am a very bad decision maker when it comes to certain things. I got better at it over the course of my life, but I always regret making frivolous purchases, and this was one of those cases. First of all, they didn't even mention price over there. I figured it would be high, it would be expensive, but I was kind of ready, it's someone's birthday, and I take that role seriously, as the Nordhaven owner. I feel like it is my duty to do a few social activities that would represent the server on a grand scheme of community goodness. I don't even know what I'm saying. What I was trying to say is that I appreciate how lovely community we have, and if this was the price for me to pay for their extended I would say playtime on our server and for their presence in the community, then I will do something that will hurt me very much in in my soul. So that is why, I really wanted to try, and I was there, I stood there, I studied the menu. I, however, simply could not make a decision because it was so complicated. Like, I didn't know if I'm supposed to pick 70% sugar, 50% sugar, or 20% sugar. I didn't know what flavor I want. I didn't know if I want it with milk or not milk. Of course, I wouldn't order anything with milk. Milk and tea does not match to me at all. It's like milking, I don't know, ketchup and strawberries. It's just, gross. So I didn't know if what I ordered would be considered cheating, because I was supposed to order boba tea, and I didn't know if boba tea involves milk or not. And all those flavors, I was pretty much convinced that I would go for something watermelon-based, but this particular tea shop didn't even have watermelon-based flavor, so I was screwed in that regard. Didn't even have caramel, so that was just some kind of strange. And I didn't want to order matcha. Matcha looks green and it looks like baby puke, and I'm not into that at all. So I just could not make a decision. But that was not my last option. I still had one. Okay, those vibrations were a bottle that I had that was actually open. I was kind of wondering whether it would fall on the ground, but it did not. But I digress. I just jammed it with my elbow, because I like to be very expressive whenever I make public apology videos, apparently. So what I was trying to do was to simply go home, cut my losses, and order one of those horrible, despicable drinks online. Because I sometimes, like once a month order something online, like a takeout, where I'm really desperate. And I had one of those coupons that were like, hey, welcome back, order something and we'll give you, like, I don't know, delivery for free and stuff like that. But it was so freaking expensive. I finally found something that would be drinkable from like a nearby shop, but it was basically a price of a whole freaking meal. And meals are not cheap these days, especially takeout meals, especially in Prague. And I just could not force myself to do it. It was so expensive. And like, I was still so confused about the selection. It's like, I felt like I needed like a university diploma, just to order my freaking tea. And I chickened out, I panicked, I curled up into a ball and started crying. Yeah, that's what I did, exactly. I'm man enough to admit it that this was an utter failure on my part, and I would like to use this opportunity to publicly apologize for my shameful actions, for not being able to deliver on this day of birth to the one and only Peaches on Discord of Nerdhaven, where I promised that I would at least try my best to, honor this agreement. And yes, I failed. I am sorry. I would like to apologize on behalf of the entire admin team for having one job, and I couldn't do it. I'm sorry.